He's a liar. He liked the money. You can imagine how big the check. We don't know how many $1,000,000. You see, this has happened. In which year they invited him? Where Saudi Arabia, like the money was pouring like crazy. 1980. Maybe he's dead by now. 1980. At that time, Saudi Arabia was not poor like now. Saudi Arabia right now is poor. Many people mistakenly think Saudi Arabia is rich. It's very poor. Even though they have a lot of oil. Because the money is in the hand of a very few. You can count them in your fingers. The rest of the Saudi are very, very poor. In fact, in Saudi Arabia, not all streets, they have asphalt. They make nice streets where the prince he goes, where visitors come like to visit the king. The rest of the country is just homeless. You will see a man, in Saudi Arabia, they call the truck, they call it Wanit. He drive his Wanit, and he have a bunch of women and kids in the back, and do you know what they do? He drop them in the middle of the town, and they start begging for money. And if you don't believe me, let me show you how the houses look in Saudi Arabia. Beggars for money, for food in the street. This is Saudi Arabia. This is Saudi Arabia. Look at the street. Look at the street, guys. Can you believe how disgusting the street is? This is Saudi Arabia. They have asphalt, can make every street in the country shiny. They are the one who produce oil. Look at the streets. The second little rain happened, flood, dirt, garbage. Actually, the street is very garbage anyway. They are begging people for money. We don't have a house. He have his wife next to him, sleeping in the street. This is a house in Saudi Arabia. This is a house after the oil. So imagine Muhammad's house, how it was. This is after the oil revolution. This is Saudi Arabia, the one you don't see. And the crown prince, he want to give Trump $500 billion investment just to buy the America protection. This is not investment. We know that this is garbage. They are buying protection. We pay them, they protect us. Look at this. Look. Look at this. Not to mention to you, like the heat there will make you cooked. Look at the dirt. They live inside an old truck. Look at the garbage around them. This is Saudi Arabia, the one you do not know. What do you know? You have no idea. The only one in the Gulf is the countries who have a very small population, like Emirat, Qatar, because they are a very small population. So, they give them even salary for citizen. Or those here, they have bigger population. Look at this. In USA, when you see a homeless, not because he is poor, but because he is a druggie, junkie, he don't want to work, mostly, we can say not everybody, but the majority. There because of what? The oil, they have more oil than water. Actually, they don't have water. They have problem with it. You can buy 1 liter of water. I don't know what the price now, but the price of one liter of water can buy 3 liters of gas. Who want to move to Saudi Arabia? I have connection there. I can call for you. How many of you, this is the first time they knew that Saudi Arabia is a poor country? All of you, aren't you? Seriously, aren't you, all of you, surprised? I'm sure. How about people on Rumble? You guys, you have no idea. We cannot even mention other countries, you know, like other countries is way more horrible in the Middle East. But there, it is hot. Look, this is the house from this tank. Inside it, you know, outside, it reached 55 degree, 60 degree, 70 degree in the sun. In the shade, it reached 50 degree easy in the shade. But if you are inside this tank, it is an oven. You can put your frying tray on the ground and you break the egg on the tray. Is going to be fried without gas, without a fuel, without oil. You do laundry. If you put your clothes on the line, the laundry line, 5 minutes, your clothes is dry, totally dry. Not only they dry, they might make like you know, like if you leave your socks, let us say you did not put them on the line, you put them in the side, like they are, you know, still are not squeezed, so they will dry so fast and they will have like kind of weird look. It's like when ice freeze something. The most ugly weather ever you can imagine. There's only some nice areas like at Taif. It's a green, it's nice. This is close to Yemen. You know, area close to Yemen, it's more green. In the area of Jizan, as an example. But the rest of the country is horrible, which is the majority of the country. And then there's the majority of the land is the land of death. Rain come down. Like I know that I think the desert in South America, I think it's called Acomata. I forgot the name. I think that desert is the most dry desert in the world. However, that will not change anything. That the Saudi desert, which is the majority of the country, is so ugly. Now you might like the pictures, like beauty if you're a tourist, because sands, you know, etc. But if you live there, look at this. Look at this. If you put your car, if you stop for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and you stop it in the wrong place, you're stuck, you're dead, because the car will be swallowed by the sand. The tires will go down, and you're stuck. Actually, this video here, It says here, the second they found, they are searching by drone about a guy. He died. You know, they found his car. He's dead. He's stuck. You know, they will find this. This is a short video. This is when they go to do picnic. Yeah. See how the sand, look at this. See how the car? So those they have things, they are moving from place to place and they are stuck in the desert. I think later they found, I remember I saw this video. I think later they found them dead, and they have even water with them, you know, they have food, etc. But that will not help. That said, they are stuck. If they did not die because of lack of water, they will die because of the heat. If not because of the heat, they will die because of snake and scorpions and all kind of crazy stuff. And you know, in the desert, the poison of any harmful animal like snake or scorpion is deadly because it's very concentrated. There's no water there, you know, so the poison is so concentrated. And they have other problem. Like every desert in the world, they have sandstorms, and their sandstorms is so ugly, so disgusting. But the bigger problem, the desert sand keep moving. When we say moving, we are talking about mountains of sand is moving, not like, you know, like little dust coming to your house. So you build a town. You build a town. After 20 years from now, your town cannot be there because the desert is the sand of the desert is moving. The whole mountains of sands are creeping. So if the mountain of sand creep every day, let us say, not every day, let's say every year, 3 meters. Depend how far your town is and how long this creeping happening, your town will disappear. In fact, even Beijing, China is going to face a very deadly end. I'm talking about the capital, because the desert is invading toward Beijing, the capital. So if we search the capital of China, desert, sand, invasion, let us say, just to show you. Like if you don't live in those areas, such a place, you are lucky. China, they are spending like a scary amount of money to stop the invasion of the desert. The capital itself have to be moved soon if they could not stop it, and I don't think they can stop it. They are planting millions of trees, trying to create like a barrier, but that will not work. Look at this. All the trees they put, hardly they can slow down little bit. The desert sand creeping. Look, do you see how the desert land? Look what they are doing between. But you can imagine how much money that it costs. So they are making a barrier for the street. Otherwise, it's going to be buried, totally disappeared in one day. Because once one, what they call it, like, you know, that we say tornado sometime. What do you call it? I forgot. I don't know what the word in English. So little wind moving will put like 2 meters of sand in the middle of the highway. So imagine how much it costs to do what they are doing here. This highway, God knows how many, you know, 100 miles, 1,000 miles, 2,000 miles. You have to do this to protect the road. And this is will be covered too. This will be just temporary solution. They have like maintenance. They come and they drive all the road non-stop to clean the sand which is going to cover the highway. And this is the same case for Saudi Arabia. The whole highway disappear. You go there today, second day you go, where is the highway? So they have maintenance. A truck will drive within, like, let's say 10 miles. They go backward, forward, backward, forward. All their job, those they bring them from Thailand, from Nepal, from poor countries, from Indonesia. They bring them to clean the highway. Saudi don't do that, you know. Even the poor. And the funny, by the way, about the Arab, you see the guy is homeless, but he is so proud and arrogant, he don't want to take a job and clean the street. Oh, not me. Bring somebody from Bangladesh, you know. So what do you do for a living? Nothing. You know, give us money. At least Chinese, they are hardworking people, and they work. But in China, obviously, they have a very massive problem, you know. See here, a sound like a sandstorm. Look at this. And sandstorm will make you hate yourself. Because if you have a little hole, any little tiny hole, under the door, in the door, from the window, from the chimney, anywhere, all your house will be covered by dust. The dust is so fine, and if you breathe it, is extremely dangerous. That's why when there is a sandstorm, you have to put a wet towel on your face. You tie it up very well, so air will not escape except to go through the wet towel. And then the wet towel, after 2 hours, the towel outside will look the same as the color of the sand. Yeah, desert. Look at this. Look what they are doing. You see? They are putting. This is what, solar? Yeah. Additional problem. Those are not helping. They are pushing the mountains down, you know, away, or building like a barrier. Well, human being, he don't appreciate what he have until he lose it. So if you have a tree, if you have a country, it's a green, be very thankful. You are extremely lucky. And if you are struggling with a flood, still you are lucky, because a flood, I mean, flood can bring death, but desert is certain death. Desert is a certain death. All right. You see, America is really a blessed country because they have everything. They have the cold, they have jungles. I mean, they have a lot of wood, a lot of, lumbers, greenery. They have desert too. They have Caribbean weather. They have tropical weather. They have middle. They have everything, and they have a lot of water. However, all the blessing they have, when you have a stupid Democrat ruling your state is screwed. So imagine those stupid Democrats, when the fire in LA happened, they have the river of Sacramento, massive river, very powerful river. They dump all the water in the ocean because they don't want to hurt the fish. And then when the fire comes, they don't have water for the fire. Democrats. When Trump was a president, first term, he made an order to preserve the water of Sacramento River into a reservoir. The Democrats went crazy and they reject, and the judge go against it. They could not do it. Now, like puppies, now they have to do it. They learn their lesson, but after what? Wherever Democrat go and Islam, things is going to be messed up. Two things are dangerous, in my opinion: Democrat and Islam. And if you donate to Ali Dahwah, he will give you a house in heaven.